nice. I'm like, great, second verse, go. Give it up for the band. Hi, everybody. Hi. How's your con going so far? Good. That's great to hear. All right, let's talk this out. All right. Well, I guess, so how many people are like mad at God that I was? Cool. Cool. How many people were like, you know what, I liked him, I think he got a bad rap? 1, 2, 3. Krista, I'm disappointed. I really thought your hand would go up there. Yeah. Okay, great. So we've got the odds are against me, so let's see if we can work on that. Let's have some questions, and we'll see what we can do.
So I know I had an unfair advantage of knowing that God was going to be evil because I named my lizard Chuck for Chuck G. Zilla, and all of a sudden he was an ass.
Wow.
So
was he nice before that?
Yeah, he was like really calm, and then like wouldn't let me touch him after I named him. So I'm just
right.
So I'm just wondering when you knew that Chuck was gonna not end up being the nicest God.
Well, first of all, yeah, look, I feel like your lizard's misunderstood. And also we're wearing the same jacket. I think you just need to talk to him and be gentle. Maybe he's more sensitive than you think he is. When did I know he was going to be bad? I knew when I read the script at the end of season 14. I didn't know before that. And I was reading the script and I was like, what the hell? Why am I being such an asshole?
I have questions about that too.
Okay,
I have questions.
You know what? You had your time.
I have questions about the lizard. I have so many questions. I'll ask them later.
You tell them. I'm a pretty good person, right, Ruth?
You have wonderful moments.
Aw, gee, thanks.
You're the best. You're the best.
So anyway, I'm like literally blushing. So I'm reading the script and I'm like, wow, I'm acting a little bit off. There's something. What's going on? And then when I'm like, welcome to the end, I'm like, what the hell? And then I was like, oh man, people are gonna hate me. And I was really enjoying that people liked me. And that's when I found out. And then they were like, oh yeah, you're gonna be the big bad of the last season. And look, I mean, yeah, aside from the fact that it's not something I'm used to, like people, like fans being like, I hated you. But I appreciated, for me, I think it was a great way to go out. Like the boys in their 15th season take on the creator of their existence. I just thought that was a great, what a better way to go out, to fight God himself for the big finale. And I think the writers did a great job. But yeah, that being said, it took some getting used to being the bad guy. Exactly. So yeah, no, but that's when I knew. Basically, when you all knew, I read it as you watched it. I was like, what have I done? So yeah. Anyway, props out to Chuck the Lizard. Give him my love. He's just a lizard, man. That's all he's thinking. Like maybe he's in a crabby mood because he's like a lizard. He just wants to be walking on the rocks and, I don't know. I feel like I totally get him. Okay, yes?
Hi.
Hi.
So I know at previous conventions people have told you about the whole Chuck 1 theory because Chuck's ending kind of happened on the show. So I'm just wondering if you could kind of elaborate on that and what do you think about it?
Right, so you're talking about the theory that like Chuck is still in control?
Yeah, because like Jack like shifted as soon as he became God. Like
Right.
he like started taking your stance,
Right.
and then also like exactly what Chuck wanted to happen that he wrote in Atomic Monster, I think. Like literally happened. 'Cause,
Right.
You know, Dean dies and Sam has to live alone.
Right.
So like, I don't know. I would just like to know what you think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
and
look,
elaborate a little bit.
I like any scenario where Chuck is. Look, here's the thing. All of this is just us just talking, right? So this is no. I don't think the writers necessarily had this in mind, but it was presented to me. Wouldn't it be cool if like Chuck was actually still like if the series had ended and they wave on the bridge or whatever. And then it like pans out and it's like a book closes and it's me. Still, like I planned the entire thing, even my own demise is still all under the creation of my show. And the theory there is that I think Chuck was Eric Kripke, wrote Chuck as himself, basically. So in that metaphor, Eric Kripke is the almighty creator of Supernatural, the television show. And so Chuck was the creator of that universe, of that world, of all the universes, of everything. And so, yeah, so in that theory, he's still in control, and I kind of liked that as, it was cute to me, like he closes the book and he's like, like he's not a bad guy even, he just created all this drama because he was trying to give you all some entertainment. And so, right, so look, I like that because I'm not alone in the dust somewhere, working at a gas station along some highway that no one ever goes to, Like, they left me so in the lurch at the end of the show, that was not fun. So it is fun to think that maybe the Chuck is maybe still writing the show, even though you think that he's not, he is actually still in control, but in a good way. But in a good way, because I know it's hard, because it's like, I'm telling you, hey, yeah, okay, I kidnapped you, but I was just kidding. You know what I mean? Like I did something really bad with people that you loved, but it was all okay in the end. Okay, so it's like I was never really bad because I love these guys. But the show needed to end so that Sam could do Walker. Okay, the show needed to end because Dean had a role on The Boys to play. Okay? I needed to give you those two shows, and so I needed to end this one, and this is the only way I could see how to do it. Okay? And I gave my God powers in the show to sweet Jack. And we love Jack, he's so sweet, he's gonna make a great God, you go Jack. But really, I'm still writing the show. But in a good way, I was happy. But it's over now, it's time to go. It just is, this show needed to end and it ended. And you know why it needed to end? Because Sam and Dean were like, hey, we want to go do these other shows. So I was like, okay, I'm God, I'll make that happen. So there's a lot going on here, guys. So before you just hate me straight out, just like, maybe take a look at all the facts. The big picture. So now I've given you 2 shows, I've given you more Sam and Dean. I've given you 2 different shows on the air. And not only that, they're doing other things. Hey, you want a prequel? I'll give you a prequel. But guess what? I'm not gone. Because I don't know that I'm going to be on the prequel, but I might as well be because I'm still God in that world. Guess who's back? Ha, good guy. I was the good guy back then, so that's exciting. And then I'm going to play it like this. I'm going to pitch that to Jensen. You should have me on that show. So I just come in the room and go like... Anyway, I'm just a goofball. But yeah, so I like that theory. Because I win and I don't lose. But in a good way. Is that good? Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Rob.
Hi.
So my question is, off of the new Loud and Swain album, which song was your favorite, or is your favorite to perform, and which one was your favorite to record?
Oh man, that's a good question. So, a lot of that album we had to sort of write and arrange and partially record away from each other because of COVID. So I would say the one that was most gratifying to write and record was the company, because we did that completely separate from each other, and I was proud of the way that it all gelled together at the end. So like, Mike sent me this keyboard part, and I wrote lyrics, then we sent it to Norton. Norton recorded his drums alone, and then we gave each other notes, and then Billy added his part, and it all just kind of came together in the end. So I was just really excited about the way that that came out, and it's a very personal song to me, but it's like, the lyrics are, I think, some of the better ones that I think I've written, so I'm really proud of it that way. And the one that's most fun to play, I really like Comeback Kid. I really like the way that feels when we play it. And Foolish Romance is super fun to play too. So, what's your favorite?
The Company and Letter.
Oh yeah, Letter's great too. Yeah, Letter's fun. That's fun to play. And it's kind of, it is fun to play Basement of No Hope, just because that's a funny story to tell when we play it. That I've told now every time we play it, and I always feel like everyone knows the story, but then I retell it, because sometimes people don't know. But anyway, that's a fun song to play too. Thanks for listening to the album.
Morning. Like a lot of Supernatural fans, I'm also a fan of the TV show Lucifer.
Aha!
And I watched the second season and thought, well, Rob really does want to be hated by a lot of fans.
Yeah.
So my question actually is, did you go after another cold-blooded villain role?
Yeah. Because
it's so different from your natural persona.
No, killing shows since 1998. I didn't go after it. It was kind of a coincidence. They called and said they had this role they wanted me to do, and I was like, oh great, super, what is it? And they're like, it's a French mercenary. I'm like, oh, perfect. And they're like, oh, by the way, you're killing one of the fan favorite characters. I'm like, oh, great. So it coincided exactly. I was shooting that at the same time that I was making bad things happen on Supernatural, so that was fun. But no, it was actually really great, really fun to work with, because I knew some of those people beforehand, and I knew Tom. I met Tom through the convention circuit, and we had become really good friends, and I was at his wedding, and so it was fun to then work with him, and then it didn't really become clear to me like where the part was going, and then in the next season, I love where it went, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I love how you got to weave in that other character within my character, and that was really fun to do. But yeah, no, that part came to me. I didn't go looking for it. But and then I'm like, wow, man, I guess maybe I'm just a bad guy. And then like all these other little guest stars I'm getting, I'm an asshole. I don't know, it's weird. I think because I think it's just a character I can channel pretty easily, like someone who's got that, because I know that guy. Anyway, that's not really like who I am, but it's fun to play. It's fun as a person that tries to do good and be good in real life, to like be given permission to be really bad with no actual real life consequences. That's kind of fun as an actor. So to play someone, I love the challenge of playing someone that's opposite me, and a French mercenary couldn't have been more opposite, and it was super fun to do. Great group of people.
It was super fun to watch. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Lucifer. You should watch that if you haven't. It's a good show.